I should say that properly.
All right, we are up and running.
Okay. Could all rise, we will call this Hebron HURC September 16th meeting to order. If you can, please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call this meeting to order at 7 p.m. We'll start with roll call. Justin Albright.
Present.
Mike Wallace. Here. Sandra Reese.
Here.
Tammy Grodinich.
Here.
I am here. John Spinks. Brett Galvin. Present. Randy Decker. Present. Linda Brebner.
Present.
Brad Ladwig. Here. Josh Noel. Present. Jamie Uzelak. Awesome. Can we ask all citizens who haven't yet, please to sign the public hearing document right here that's on the table? Has everyone had an opportunity to sign it? Awesome. Thank you very much. We have the agenda that's in front of us. I don't know who has printed it and who hasn't. We had just seen a discrepancy in when I printed mine and the one that Sandra had under old business. If you can add water tower on Wilson, that was not on mine. So is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved, Justin.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second Tim.
There was a motion and a second to approve the agenda with the adjustment. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion passed. The agenda is approved 5-0. Public comment. The town council would like to, in this case, the HURC, would like to let everyone know that the agenda for our meetings is available online on the town website the Friday before we meet, to allow citizens to come and speak on topics before a decision is made. This meeting is being recorded and will be made available on our website before our next meeting. In order to give everyone an opportunity to speak and get through today's business, please state your name and address before limiting your comments to 3 minutes. Comments will only be allowed during the public comment section of the meeting directly after this statement is read. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Any public comment? Please let the record show that we called for public comment for the HURC meeting 3 times. We have no utility adjustments in front of us, so we'll move on to minutes. The August 19th minutes. I hope that everyone has had an opportunity to take a look at those. Jamie had said earlier when we brought this up, we had this ahead of time, and I did not notice in that amount of time that it says meeting was via Zoom, which it was not. It was available on Zoom. I don't know if we want to make that change, Jamie. What works out better for you?
Well, it's via Zoom right now.
No, this is in person and there is the via Zoom. That's the difference. One is everyone is on Zoom and one is this is available on Zoom. If the council agrees, is there a motion to approve with that change?
So moved, Justin.
There is a motion to approve the minutes with that adjustment. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
There being a motion and a second, is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion passes 5-0. The next thing we have in front of us is going to be the unanimous consent vote. Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll move that down to where the ordinances are, dealing with old business. Water tower on Wilson. And were you able to find out whether or not that was a pedestal that we were looking to put in or a 4-legged? No, pedestal. So pedestal. And did we ever get a complete number on what it would cost to move it back?
So the initial cost is $93,000. That's to do wetland mitigation, to do the study, all that. I followed up with the question. There would obviously be cost for structural things, and I said yes. I know when we did our public works building, that's the plan. We were unaware of a pond, and we were trying to put it on top of the pond. And the structural improvements for that was right at $200,000. So I don't have an exact cost, I didn't ask you to figure out an exact cost because we're already at 100,000. So if the board wishes to get the exact cost, I will, but I didn't think it was necessary.
So we're looking at what, over $100,000 to do the entire thing. What would you think it would be total?
Every bit of 300 grand, just to move it.
Just to move it into the back.
Yeah.
For the public, we are looking at a spot where the engineers picked to put in a new water tower to replace. It's on Wilson Street between two homes that the county parks currently owns. The engineers identified this as the best location for us to put that water tower in order to be able to feed the community a little bit better. And to facilitate any growth that might be happening in the future. What we had asked was, as opposed to moving it up near Wilson Street, to see what it would cost to push it towards the back of the property. As you all heard, our public works director looked into it with the engineers and said it would be every bit of $300,000 additional. So the council has the information that we requested. What are you looking for us to do now?
I just want to move forward with the location and where we can get the ball rolling. Right now, the question that needs to be answered, are we okay with where it's at? And then we gotta, we're gonna get it mapped out, work with the county, get it going, and talk to Bob Reynolds, wanted money to start the ball going. Because even if we agree today, so this is it, it's gonna be 2 or 3 years before we get this done.
Okay. So is this the location that is your recommendation?
It is, yes.
Okay. Mike, you're satisfied with that?
Yes.
The council, do you have questions for Mike or for Randy?
Just say,
The location's fine,
location,
and then I'll start the process of everything else that's on the list that's gotta get done.
Okay, I really will need to go back for just a moment because there's an interruption in the recording. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Currently, for some reason it shut off. That's technology, not on us. We are in the process of discussing the location for a new water tower along Wilson Street. The council was very, very concerned about the neighborhood and making sure that we put it into a location that was as reasonable as humanly possible and still functional for the entire town currently into the future. We had waited for more than a few months to make sure we had information back about the possibilities of moving it towards the back portion of the county park. So we've been looking at that. We've found that it's going to be at least $300,000 in order to do so, to remediate the soil and everything else. So that before the council right now, under the recommendation of the public works director, is that this location, this site for it is the ideal spot. Mike Wallace, as the liaison, is in the middle of a motion. I only repeat that, and I apologize if you had to listen to me twice, but there was again a lapse in recording. Mike, you have a motion.
yeah, upon the recommendation of Randy, I propose we move forward with, officially. Designating this as the spot for our water tower.
I'll second that, Justin.
Mike has made a motion, Justin has seconded. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, motion passes 5-0. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
All right, now we have this unanimous consent vote because we will be considering this this particular amending of an ordinance. So in order to make this change, council, we have to do the unanimous consent vote. Is that right, Brett?
Right.
Good. So then I'll entertain a motion for unanimous consent vote. Anybody?
I'll make a motion to, use it unanimous consent.
I'll second.
Mike made a motion, Sandra made a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, motion passes 5-0. We have in front of us then ordinance number 2025-01-21-2. This is an amendment of the salary ordinance. If everybody has had an opportunity to look at this. Which we all have, when we took a look at this, the cover letter talks to us about the salary ordinance utility training operator to 2 certifications. Mike, I think you have some questions or concerns about that.
Yeah, I believe that. We've given help me out here, Randy, I haven't been with a raise
Yes.
for an individual that, seemed promised, hard worker, and really diligent at things he's doing. But I don't believe that it should affect. The certification pay schedule, I don't know how we. I don't know how we can, just give him a raise without following the schedule that we already have, and I didn't wanna change the schedule of. The amounts in the schedule to reflect that raise.
So what I've seen done in the past, this is kind of unique again, because our structure is set up for, certifications, and once you get them, you get more money. What our structure doesn't allow for is any variance for that base salary. I'd like to see possibly, maybe we just change the base salary and gap it, do a window, a start and a below and a high end. Some towns are doing that, I've been part of other towns to do that. So if that's something you understand, we can find that back for the next meeting, next workshop.
Mike,
Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
yeah, I think so. I think you'd be comfortable if we could table this. I'd be interested in tabling it, going back and solidifying that.
Just so I'm clear though, are we gonna add a category to this, or we have base pay? And then someone above that, and then operator in training, or is this gonna be?
No, well, I guess we can do it anyway, but the way I've done it in the past, you do operator and training and you say he starts at X. Or you can be at this, right? Because it depends on skill set, like we spoke about, Mike. Our current situation right now, once they hire in it, that there is no wiggle room, so you gotta come back in front of the board, and then it gets cumbersome about changing through all this. So like, I actually think we need to look at all positions and bracket it, give a little bit of flexibility, that way if we do have an employee or. We could give that raise and not restructure, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, is there a motion on this ordinance?
Make a motion to table this until we're able to look at it a little more in depth.
There's a motion, is there a second?
I'll second Tammy.
There being a motion and a second, is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, motion passes 5-0. The last thing we have is the docket. Has been our tradition, and then we will read the 3-column totals. The full docket is available online, or will be available online when approved at the next month's meeting. So we have a total of $583,265.30. Transfers of $317,884.13. With a net of $265,381.17. Is there a motion on the docket?
Make a motion to accept it as read.
Sandra has made a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second Tammy.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion passes 5-0. Staff, is there anything that needs to be added to the HURC? Anything?
Just want to remind people about flush and hydrants, can I do that?
Sure, go ahead.
So we will flush and hydrants, the week of October 13th to the 17th. We will also be starting the ground storage, the ground storage thing on October 15th.
And how long do they think that it will take?
Supposed to be up a couple days before Thanksgiving.
That's including the logo that goes on?
Yeah, so, briefly, the first 4 or 5 weeks, we'll be back, the first 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be doing the outside and the whole structure on the top. We will take the structure down, like drain it for the last, 14 days. They got 12 days with 2 days of warning, and then it's supposed to be back online, right before Thanksgiving, the Monday before Thanksgiving.
Wow.
So
And
that's
is the
what
base coat, is the base coat ever gonna be white?
we keep asking that, and I said, yeah, whatever it was.
Okay,
So I said, if the board wishes to pick a different color.
you should.
I'm not a big, I said, whatever, let's imagine what it was, not what it currently is.
I mean, it's-
100%. I said, listen,
Okay, let's just make sure he's not out there with an airbrush.
we had the original specs I gave him, I just told him what it was.
I'm okay with that. You guys okay? Sounds good. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second, Justin.
Any further discussion? Motion in a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, we are adjourned.